Hi everyone, it's me. Hi everyone, Ferdinand the Carpet Stacker, and in this video I'm going to tell you my top 11 games I'm excited for. It's coming to Essen. If you guys don't know about Essen, this is a game. Well, we call it Essen. It's Essen SPIEL, which is a game convention in Germany that happens once a year in the fall. And there's a lot, like maybe 100 games, maybe over 1,000 games that are appearing there, and it's crazy. It's bunch of different countries all over the world going there. But before we go into my top 11 games, I just want to give a shout out to some of the companies that I did work for in the past, and they're going to appear there, and they're going to have some of their games that they have already worked on. So first, I want to give a shout out to Alter Ego Games. They have their first game, The Faceless, which is a very interesting one that uses magnets in the game, where as you're moving pieces of the board, pieces will turn. You'll turn the pieces, and the magnets will interact with that. A very interesting looking game too, and the miniatures also are very well done. Next is Sunrise Tornado Game Studio, which is guys, I believe they're really local to me. I think in LA County. So first is Cat Rescue, which is just, I think, doing their fulfillment right now and going to be having some copies there in Essen. And then we also have Promenade, which is their upcoming game about art. Vesuvius Media, love these guys. Luis Beret does the work and design of his games. Dwarfs Fall, which is one that's on Kickstarter now for a reprint. Coville, excellent area control game. And Dwarfs Winter, which I believe came out just a few months ago. Excellent semi-cooperative game. And on all those three games, I have tutorials on that, so go ahead and check those out. Keep on Exploring Games, they're having Tour Operator, which I did the Kickstarter video for them. Interesting, kind of like your travel agent trying to set up people for vacations. And they're also doing the Mexicana trilogy as well, with those three games, The Call, Mexicana, etc. Jolly Dutch Productions, they're having their game, Charted. This is a demo only. Their Kickstarter for that is on right now. Go ahead and check that out. It's a game kind of similar to Acquire, but it's a more refined version. I think it uses cards instead of just things, and they really have really cool building miniatures that stack on top of each other. Next is Lucky Duck Games, a very prolific company. Their game just came out, Chronicles of Crime. Oh, this is really great. It's an app. It's a game that uses an app, but I think it has to use the board game with the app because it's just light up. The cooperative game because you're solving a mystery, because you're investigators. But I'm looking at it right now. It's and it has like multiple chapters in it. Next is B&B Game Studio. They're up in NorCal. But I have done the tutorial video for Noises at Night, and their upcoming game, The Refuge, is also going to be there. And then Second Gate Games, one I did a preview for, Monsterlands. Oh, this is a really great game. It's dice placement, and it's kind of, there's a lot of things to do on there. You're trying to fight monsters, you're trying to get weapons, and trying to get your minions in there. And I also want to give a shout out to my friends at Playford Games, who are going to show off their latest project, The Ancient World, which is they're calling their multi-game system, which is going to be a compendium of these abstract games from designers all over the world. So this one is a really cool, interesting project, to me at least, is because we use all the pieces in there for all these abstract games, and they're also going to be expanding and also reintroducing new games that can fit in this game system. So I highly also encourage you to check this one out. So those are all the shout outs I want to give out. So let's go ahead and go right to my top 11. First of all, I know it's top 11, but I just have to cheat a little bit because of this specific title, and that is Mississippi Queen. Now, this is not a new game. This is a game that won the Spiel des Jahres in 1997. I do have the game. I've been looking for that game for a while. Now it's being reprinted, and it looks really gorgeous, and can't wait to do it. I have a copy. I haven't played it yet. So it looks like I have to get that out very soon to the table. Number 10 on my list is Rolling Ranch, another roll and write kind of game. I'm very fond of them, but the thing is, I don't have very many of these roll and write games. I don't know why. This one kind of stuck out for me. I like the art of it. It's from Thunderglyph Games, which creates a lot of cool looking games, very high stellar production. Looks like this is their first roll and write. Number 9, Magnate the First City. Now, I'm a sucker for city simulation games. I love SimCity on the computer, and I have a good number of city building games: Suburbia, Sunrise City. This one also struck me because of the miniatures they're using. Looks like there's different buildings in there, different kind of zones, just like you would when building a city in a computer game. This one looks like it's going to be a tied into the crowd for Suburbia. I guess when you're building, you want to put buildings next to other buildings that you think that might do well. So looking forward for this. My number 8, Strange Vending Machine. Now this one, I don't know why, but I always gravitate towards the Japanese, Taiwanese, mainly the Asian games that has some of the quirky themes. This one's very quirky. You have vending machine, these little kind of cardboard where you can also insert money in, and the cards fit inside these cardboard stands, and you get to, I guess it's a bluffing game as well, trying to get these kind of items. It just seems, I like these quirky kind of things, and this one's very appealing to me. Here's another one. My number 7 is the Tales of Kaguya. And I believe this is from a Taiwanese company, and same company who are doing the other one, Strange Vending Machine, So Games. This is a strange one. It's a game about time travel, and you're going to be either, due to a distortion in space-time continued, 6 characters from different time periods have been brought to Capitulo of the year 1937. And I guess it's I don't know, it looks like, can't quite sure if this is a cooperative game or a competitive. It looks like it's going to be a competitive game, but the characters you can be in here is a modern girl, man from the future, a witch, Japanese soldier, a tribal youth, and a capybara. It's just so weird and quirky. I just want to play it and see how it is, but it's more like an anime kind of trope in there. I'm into anime, so this one really speaks to me. Now I promise this next game is my last quirky, kind of weird kind of game, and that is Meow Meow Meow, my 6th game in my list. This is a social deduction game, and there's anthropomorphic cats in there where you're trying, the good guys, the officers, the undercover agents, trying to get the bad guys stop them from smuggling and try to find out who they are. So it's going to be kind of, I believe. Well, first of all, one of the cats is the police officer, and he's the one everyone knows. There's going to be an undercover agent who's in the mafia, trying to figure out who he is, trying to relate to the police officer without giving himself away. Who are the mafia in there, and also the mafia who's trying to smuggle goods. So there's the elements of social deduction and bluffing, where part of the game is the mafia trying to smuggle goods. When they smuggle enough goods before the police officers find them, then they get to win. I think it's fit I like cats and social deduction. Now, I'm not really into social deduction much, but I do like this bluffing aspect in there. So I think this might work for me, and maybe that's why I put it a little higher on my list. My number 5 is Aussie Land, and this is a Wizard of Oz theme game, which I believe it is a tile placement game in there. It looks like there are going to be other characters. Now, I read all the 14 Frank Baum books. Looks like they're going to put in more characters on the extended universe other than what most people know is the movie universe in there. But I do like it. It's going to be tiling, it's going to be light, kind of family weight, but I always like the Oz theme, and that's why it's something that's higher on my list. My number 4 is a game that I believe maybe somebody had an idea of taking all those little punch-out boards after, when you get your game the very first time, you're punching all the little components and markers out of there, and they have to make a game out of it, and this is Layers. Layers looks like it's a puzzle speed game where you're having these, I guess, tiles or cut out pieces of paper in which you're trying to configure them so they fit the pattern of a card. So this is something that So this is something I'm into anyway. So about puzzles and trying to figure out how they go. This is something I can also play myself, just on like in maybe an early evening before everyone comes in, or we can play it all together and trying to see who can finish the puzzle the fastest. So this one is Layers. Number 3 is a game that I believe could be the heaviest game on my list, but it could be tied on the next game on the list. But this one is A Pleasant Journey to Neko. This looks like it's a dice manipulation game. And there, I just saw dice. I believe it's a medium heavy dice dice placement game. It has penguins. I love penguins, and that's probably why it's ranked a little. I mean, almost. Well, it's number 3 on my list. And I like the overlook of it, and I do like the Arctic penguins, Arctic animals kind of theme, and this one is something I'm excited for. Hopefully, this is something that I think will get into a localization in the US. Hopefully, but I'm excited for that one, just like the whole overlook of it anyway. So that was A Pleasant Journey to Neko. This next one is something that I'm super crazy about the theme of it, and that's Airship City. It's airships, and I love airships. I'm a big fantasy JRPG fan. If they have airships, you can fly around the world. That's something I love to do. Now, it has come to I guess a Euro kind of game in there. There's not much about it. It's probably going to be very hard to get, and it looks like they haven't localized it yet. So this is something that I probably will wait for a little later in there, but it has airships. I like the overall minimal look of it. It's a sky city with a bunch of airships. You get to build these airships. Maybe it's a engine building game, and I wasn't quite sure about just the description alone, but wish there was more information about this. I'm super excited, and I hope they bring it over here. And now my number 1 game that I'm excited for Essen is Ceylon. Now, I'm a really, really big tea aficionado. I drink tea every day. I think tea is much better than coffee. I have probably over 30 different types of loose leaf tea in my cabinet. I drink from Gaiwan. I like knowing where the tea is from, which estates they're coming from. So this game really speaks to me. I think there's not enough tea games as well, and this is something that I think also very interesting theme. It's about the Indian tea industry, how it became to be. I also like the fact that I think it's a bit light, maybe medium light kind of game where so it's not too heavy in there, so I can bring this up to other people. I like the art of it as well, so I'm super excited about this game, and that's why it is my number 1. And so that's my top 11 games I'm excited for Essen SPIEL 2018. Now, I forgot to tell you guys in the beginning, I'm not going, unfortunately. Yes, this makes me very sad, even though there's some really great games I want to go there. So perhaps next time, maybe next year, maybe in the next 2 years, I'll probably be going. But if you are going, and this is like some of the games I suggest you check out. I know there's tons of games that you already have probably your own list in there. But if I were going, these are the games I would definitely check out. Anyway, so for those going and those who are not going, I still want to hear from you. What are the games are you excited for Essen SPIEL 2018? And go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so. And you happen to like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up over there. So, I'm Ferdinand the Cardboard Stacker, reminding you to keep on stacking games. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos on board and card games. This is the Cardboard Stacker, and remember to keep on stacking games.